Hey guys, it's Foxkey, and I found a point of contention with Cyno surrounding his ICD, so I'm just making this little guide to explain how his Electro application works, and how his aggravate potential stands. First, here's my gear. Not that it's super important, but I don't want to leave anything out here. Alright, right into the explanation. ICD refers to the rate at which a character can apply their element and trigger reactions. Typical ICD can apply an element every 3 hits and every 2.5 seconds. These systems work in tandem with each other, so they act simultaneously in the background while you're playing. Cyno's normal attacks are guided by this typical ICD, meaning you won't trigger an aggravate reaction every hit. His elemental skill, however, operates away from typical ICD and can actually trigger a reaction on every usage. And to make it a bit more confusing, his Featherfall Judgment, Duststalker Bolts also operate on typical ICD. However, it's still treated as separate from both his normal attacks and elemental skill, making it so only 1 out of the 3 that release can trigger an aggravate reaction. I'll explain it to you visually as well, so it's easier to take in. In this clip, I'm using a Thundering Fury set to allow my skill to trigger before the 2.5 second time rule in standard ICD. Ignoring the damage and mistiming of the skill, you'll notice each time it collides with Masanori, it triggers aggravate, meaning it circumvents typical ICD. To also prove that the skill functions separately from his normal attacks, I have this clip. So I've made sure my normal attack triggers aggravate before I cast my NC, Mortuary Rite, and the damage that comes out is this. Now that's not raw Cyno damage. Anyone who uses him should understand. However, if that's not enough for you, I have further evidence. I should note this next clip, I'm using my Gilded Dream set over my Thundering Fury set, but I'd argue my artifact quality is stronger in this build, so it would potentially release more raw damage. And as you can see, the damage is nowhere close, meaning the previous aggravate had to have occurred despite the fact that I normally attacked immediately prior. Now I'll show you a singular burst rotation for Cyno, while demonstrating exactly how many aggravates I counted during the rewatch of this clip, so I can display his ICD in a less controlled scenario. "20 aggravates, that's pretty good. And quite a bit more than 7. Accounting for mistakes, that should roughly be what you receive out of Cyno's aggravate team. Now the age-old question, is he the best in his position? At C0, going against Raiden, I'd say yes. Specifically, just for damage though. Raiden obviously brings more utility and a more flexible uptime, but her initial hit and ICD afterwards have some anti-synergy with aggravate and its functionality. If she's at C2, she'll beat him out though, duh. Now, is he better than Kaching? Yesn't. While he does statistically output a bit more personal damage than Kaching, she doesn't have to worry about eating as much field time and can therefore enable her team, Fischl, Kazuha, etc., to aggravate alongside her. Since Cyno comes out with that restrictive uptime, his damage is really the only thing that is outputted in his aggravate teams, making Kaching easier to pilot and arguably the stronger option. Hopefully that clears up misconceptions of Cyno's ICD. I'm not trying to white knight for him, he's realistically just not that meta-shattering, but what strengths he has that not many other characters can say they own shouldn't be ignored. Have a great day everyone, and see you some other time.